Shalom, beautiful family of God. Thank you for tuning in today to Sega Media's Wednesday Gist series powered by Potter's House Christian Club. It's Bobby again. Thank you so much. It's a gist. It's a gist. Today we'll try and gist and, not do the usual teaching thingy. Okay. So today we're going to gist about depression. Depression. The truth is, I never experienced depression. I probably knew the definition or understood what it was hypothetically, but I never understood the practicality of depression until 2010, when I was still in London then, because of something that happened. And sorry, not 2010, 2011. 2010, yeah, 2010 to 2011, and that broke me. One of the ways I look at depression is the enemy coming through the back door and takes over your house unknowing because you have secured the front door. You know what I mean, hypothetically. So today we're gonna gist about depression. Now, depression can be defined in many ways. So we'll try and should I say explain or define what it is to ourselves so that we'll have a better understanding. So a few things I've written down. Again, we're not teaching, we're gisting, okay? Depression can be or is considered also a mental health condition involving a persistent low mood or loss of interest or pleasure that can affect thoughts, emotions, behavior, sleep, appetite, energy, and everyday functioning. So basically, it's something that has to do with your low mood, loss of interest that can spiral into almost every sphere of our lives. Low mood. It can also be defined as a common or serious mood disorder. Again, low disorder, more low, that causes a persistent feeling of sadness and loss of interest in daily activities. Look, it's all about, so what caused mine was an event that occurred in my life via someone. And that just, now it didn't come, the depression that hit me didn't come, you probably would have known and reacted. It just slipped in. Like I said earlier, it was like the enemy coming in through the back door and you not knowing because you had secured everywhere, like except the back door. You know what that means, okay? And the enemy took over the house and sat by your side, and you're wondering, how did you get in? Look, I've been here for like a week now. What do you mean, how did I get in? So you're taken aback, all right? So it changes everything. It can be based on an event in life, in news, sad news, of course, can be triggered by anything. Now, the Bible does not use the word depression, but it records faithful people who felt deep sadness, despair, hopelessness. The Bible talks about a couple of people like Job, Elijah, David, Jeremiah. They expressed many low moods, mental and emotional heaviness at different times. So depression, it comes in different ways, is more associated with a mental health condition nowadays because it disturbs people up there. When I say up there, you know what it means. So there are ways of helping. I won't want to use the word suppressing depression. But before we go into that, what are the common signs? All right. Again, we're gisting. We're not teaching. We're just gisting. But persistent sadness, emptiness, or hopelessness, like we said earlier. We even saw it in the Bible characters. Losing interest in things you normally enjoy. Have I experienced that before? Yes, many times. Have you? Maybe. Check. So you need to check. Okay. Low energy or constant tiredness. That's another thing we must look at. Sometimes I get tired. I'm asking myself, is it the weather? Is it this? It might be. It might be. I'm not saying if you're tired, you're depressed. That's not what I'm saying. So check. Sleeping too much or too little can be a sign. Can be. Changes in appetite or weight. Difficulty concentrating or making decisions. Feelings of worthlessness, guilt, or failure. Oh, yeah. Tell me about it. Withdrawing from family and friends. Thoughts about death or suicide. The list goes on and on. So, feeling down occasionally doesn't necessarily mean that you're depressed. Like I said earlier, it doesn't mean when you're down, you're tired. I'm depressed. Nah, that alone can bring depression to you because that's a false alarm. Yeah, But so I wrote it here. Depression is generally more persistent and significantly affects daily life. So it creeps in slowly in most cases, like 9 out of 10. Creeps in and gradually just takes over. And like we said earlier, things that you normally enjoy doing, you find that you just don't enjoy doing them any longer. That is alarming. So another question we must ask ourselves, have I been depressed? Have you been depressed before? Maybe yes. What did you do? Or are you depressed now? What are you doing? So let's look at what you and I can do. Simple things that might help. Okay? You feel a level of depression, talk with somebody. It doesn't come easy, I must confess, because sometimes we might feel, look, somebody will now start talking to me anyhow and running me down, because there's that fear of the reaction of someone when I tell him or her how I feel because of maybe what I've done or what I heard, etc. So there's always a battle in the mind. Should I? But the truth is, it's best to tell someone that you believe will be of non-judgmental. Yeah, good. So talk with someone. You can have a basic routine. Go outside, take a walk, maybe listen to music or something. It's a gradual, these are basic things anyway. A gradual help of the mind, listen to music, watch movies, something that will just help. Okay? Sleep regularly if you're not sleeping well. Avoid using all this alcohol, drugs, and all those things to numb any pain or numb any feeling. No, it doesn't help. It adds negativity, as it were, to you. It doesn't help. It really doesn't help. Okay, it might look like it is helping at that moment, but really and truly it won't help. Do something that normally gives you meaning or connection, even if you don't feel like doing it. But see, the most important thing I believe is talk with someone. But above all, as believers, that someone you talk to first and regularly should be God. Talk with him. Express. Tell him the truth, how you're feeling. God, I'm feeling this way. I think guilt because I have done this. Your mercy, your help. And then if you want to take it further, you might tell someone, hey, if it's more of the mental health thing, maybe tell a therapist. If it's more of a spiritual, whatever, tell your pastor. If you're close with your pastor or someone spiritually inclined, at least you're talking with somebody. It helps to a very large extent. Now, note, I'm not saying the person you're going to tell will solve the problem, but it helps. Speaking it out helps to unburden you in a way. Depression is real. Let's face it. Let's not sugarcoat or spiritualize it. It is real. And it is as real as the reality we live in itself. So, it is real. It is real. If you're experiencing persistent sadness, hopelessness, loss of interest, low energy, sleep, appetite changes, difficulty concentrating, or feeling worthless for 2 weeks or more, it's worth speaking with a healthcare personnel. Like I said, depression is treatable if it's more of this mental health thing, and you don't have to wait until it becomes severe. Because like I said, it creeps in It can be a spirit, of course. Creeps in and gradually starts taking over the whole system of the body, mind, soul, everything, if you know what I mean. So, in as much as it is real, it is treatable, it is curable, it can be taken away with the help of God, of course. All right? It's a gist. I just felt we needed to talk about this today. And God help us. If you are depressed now, this message is for you. If you are not depressed, I won't say learn for tomorrow. By the grace of God, you will not be depressed, but God help us. Thank you very much for listening to us today. And it's a gist. It's your boy Bobby again. God bless you. Till we meet again, stay out of depression. Shalom, shalom.